When Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League launched, I was defending it so hard and pushing back against the narrative that it was dead on arrival and the reviewers were being too harsh on it. Well, fast forward 11 months and things didn't go exactly to plan, with the game coming to what I can only describe as a pathetic end. Hi folks, Higgs here, and in today's video we are discussing Rocksteady and Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. If all things gaming, news and reviews are your thing, consider subscribing to the channel and liking the video for more content. So, going back to my opening, I did defend the decision of making a live service Suicide Squad game where the Justice League gets killed, because after the Avengers, I so badly wanted a comic book game that would stick and get long-term support, but reality hit hard real fast. Rocksteady is an amazing studio who have created some of the best single-player games out there. Batman Arkham Knight was simply fantastic, and they led the way with the combat system they invented there. Batman Arkham City had an immense story, and all the other Arkham series games as well were just so good. When news broke that Warner Bros. Games were tasking Rocksteady to make a live service Suicide Squad game, it didn't go down too well, with players wondering who even asked for this. Others, and myself included, were excited for this and thought Rocksteady could pull it off, but once the reviews came out I did start to have slight doubts, but I did defend the game and got some shit for it. Well, I actually got a lot of shit for it. I mean, when IGN gives your game a 5 out of 10, you kind of know something is off. One of my favourites, Skill Up, said this: he absolutely does not recommend Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. And that kind of hit hard, because usually he just says I either recommend or I don't recommend. But the absolutely in that title really kind of hit home, but I still defended it. I put out videos such as these on the screen, and looking back, I do kind of smile about that now. I kind of shilled a bit hard and forked out the £70 for the early access, which ended up being a waste of money, because for the first 24 hours we couldn't even play the game. And when you did get in, it was quite evident once you played the story that the game suffered the same fate as the Avengers and Anthem. It had fuck all substance and replayability. I mean, the movement and traversal was great. I really vibed with that and it felt really good to play, along with some of the weapons, but that only gets you so far. When Season 1 launched, or the Joker season as I call it, players quickly found out that the season's main character, Joker, was either locked behind a paywall, yes you heard that right, or you had to reach level 5 of the Battle Pass, which was a slog. Honestly, that did kind of kill it for me. Not only did the game lack any sort of end game substance, but to lock the main fucking character for that season behind a lengthy grind or a paywall just showed how out of touch the game was. And I'm solely going to put that on the greed merchants, Warner Brothers, because they would have made that decision to implement that. Absolutely. And at the end of every season, you had to do the same Brainiac fight, except he's dressed up as one of the Justice League who you've killed. No new missions, just a cutscene, and that's it, which was so disappointing. And like I said, it was for every season as well. The story wasn't exactly welcomed with open arms. Fans were upset about the Batman death, especially after the voice actor Kevin Conroy had sadly passed away. Looking back, it was kind of a hard pill to swallow as a fan of the Arkham series, but I have to say I did kind of enjoy the story. I don't make no apologies for that. I did kind of vibe with the story. Brainiac had cursed the minds of the Justice League, causing him to go against everything they believe in, and the anti-heroes were there to save the day. I did enjoy some of the story, like I've just said. The Batman mission was brilliantly done, and some of the dialogue was quite funny as well. But back in December, Rocksteady announced Season 4 would be its last. Once Chapter 8 of Season 4 released, it gave us the answer we've all been waiting for. What happened to the Justice League? Well, remembering the story where we popped off the members from the Justice League? Yep, thankfully they were just clones. Rocksteady got crushed because of some clones. Honestly, it's so disappointing, dude, that a great studio will no doubt be punished for Warner Brothers' short-sightedness. No one asked for a live service set in the Arkhamverse, and definitely didn't want Batman, everyone's favourite character, to die so cheaply. I'm sitting here wondering, what was the point in all of this if they are still alive? They have just basically ruined the reputation of a solid studio. I am glad that Batman isn't actually brown bread though. Some are saying it was a last minute pivot due to the backlash, but I just don't know. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't, but to implement that kind of, I would have said, would have taken a lot of work, but where it's just a cutscene, maybe not so. But yeah, I suppose that is a viable point. But for those that still play and the folks that might want to try it, the game servers aren't being switched off, with Rocksteady saying this. All online features will continue to be available after Season 4, so players will still be able to enjoy the co-op with friends, as well as all previous seasonal episodic content. An offline mode will also be available as part of the Season 4 update, which is already here, giving players the option to experience the main campaign and all seasonal story mission content without an internet connection. And honestly, that makes me happy, because it is good news that people will still be able to enjoy this, and others might want to try it. It's going to be extremely cheap. I don't know the current price, but it's not going to cost you a lot of money. But for how long the servers will stay up is another thing though, because servers cost money, and I don't think Warner Brothers are in the game to be all generous. But as I say, while it is still there, play with your friends if there are any that's playing. But the main thing is, having that offline mode is a great touch, especially for a game like this. Too many people get shafted by purchasing a product and then all of a sudden not being able to play it. I'm looking at you, Ubisoft, with The Crew. So Rocksteady and Warner Brothers, I'll give you your dues there. At least you've made an offline mode. But Rocksteady had no business making a live service game, and Warner Brother Games should have left the Arkhamverse well alone. But all we have now is devs laid off because of managers' decisions and a studio's reputation dented from a game that hardly anyone wanted. I do hope Rocksteady come back strong and release a banger single player title we can all enjoy again, because they do make some epic comic book games. As for Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, this will go down as another example that not every franchise and developer is cut out for the very cutthroat live service model, and it will be another game left to rust in the live service junkyard. But honestly guys, it is shit. I mean, I'm not going to sit here smiling, because I did defend the game and I enjoyed it at one point, and I enjoyed making the few videos that I did make. It was good at first. I grew up loving comic books and grew up watching the Superman, Batman. I watched them all, and I just want one to be able to stick. I had high hopes for the Marvel's Avengers game. That obviously did fall down pretty quickly, and I had high hopes for this game. At first, I did enjoy it, and I thought, well, if they've got the end game nailed on, we could be onto something here. But we quickly realised that that wasn't the case. I don't think Rocksteady got the support they needed from Warner Brother Games. I think they just wanted a quick cash grab, and that just wasn't the case, because there just wasn't the players there. Hopefully Warner Brother Games don't do nothing like this in the future. Let's just leave Rocksteady alone, and hopefully they can get back on their feet pretty quick and doing what they do best, and that is making really fucking good single player games. But guys, that is the end of the video. As always, if you stay till the end, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. If you've enjoyed the video as well, hit the like button. It helps the channel and the video out massively. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button as well for more videos in the future. But as always, take care, and I'll see you on the next video.